The boy who sold ice cream in winter and changed how people think. One cold winter morning, the wind swept through the empty streets. Each breath turned into a small white cloud, fading into the mist. The trees were bare, the shops tightly shut, and the whole town seemed frozen in silence. Amid that chill, a small boy, no older than 12, pushed a rusty ice cream cart along the road. His jacket was thin and worn at the sleeves, his hands red from the cold. People looked at him with pity and confusion. "Selling ice cream in the winter?" someone muttered. Another laughed. "That kid must be crazy. No one eats ice cream when it's this cold." The boy said nothing. He just smiled, a quiet, steady smile, with eyes that shone with something far stronger than the cold could touch. The night before, in their small, dimly lit home, his father had sighed heavily. "It's freezing these days, son. No one's going to buy ice cream. Maybe you should stop selling for a while." The boy didn't answer immediately. He stared out the window. From afar, the lights of the factory at the edge of town still glowed brightly, and smoke rose steadily into the night sky. He whispered softly, "Dad, I think there are still people who'd want ice cream. Maybe we just haven't found the right place yet." His father frowned, confused. "Where would you even go in weather like this?" The boy looked up and smiled. "To the hottest place, in this cold winter." The next morning, he pushed his little cart against the wind. His fingers were numb, but he didn't stop. When he reached the factory gates, the guard frowned. "Ice cream? Now? Kid, if you sell anything today, I'll quit my job." The boy laughed politely. "Please, sir, just let me try. If no one buys, I'll leave right away." The guard shook his head, but waved him in. "Go ahead, kid. Let's see how this turns out." Inside, the air was thick and hot. Machines roared, steam hissed, and the smell of oil filled the air. The boy walked slowly through the workshop, calling out, "Cold ice cream, fresh and sweet. Would anyone like some?" The workers glanced at him, amused. Ice cream in the middle of winter? That's a first. But one man, wiping sweat from his forehead, shrugged and bought one. The moment the ice cream touched his tongue, he closed his eyes in relief. "Oh, wow, that's refreshing. It's so hot in here, I almost forgot it was winter outside." Soon, another worker came, then another. Laughter spread through the factory. The boy's cart quickly emptied, and for the first time that season, he was out of stock. That night, he counted his earnings, more than he'd ever made before. His hands trembled, not from the cold, but from joy. For the first time, winter didn't feel cold at all. Over the next few days, he returned to the factory each afternoon, then to the metal workshop, the textile mill, and the market kitchens. Anywhere people worked in the heat. Wherever there was warmth, he brought his ice cream. Soon his income was 10 times what it had been before. When his father saw the stack of bills, his eyes widened. "You really did it, son?" But everyone said no one eats ice cream in winter. The boy smiled. "There's no season that forbids ice cream, Dad. You just have to find the right people. In the right place, word of the winter ice cream boy spread through the town. People came just to see him, curious about how he'd done it. He simply said, "I never thought people didn't want ice cream. I just thought, somewhere, someone must still need it." So I went there, and everyone fell silent. Sometimes wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about seeing what others overlook. Winter carried on, colder than before. Yet every morning, the sight of that boy pushing his little cart through the fog made people feel strangely warm inside. He had taught them something simple, yet profound. There's no wrong time, only the wrong way of seeing things. So if one day the world around you feels frozen, if everyone tells you this isn't the right time, remember that boy who sold ice cream in the winter, because opportunities never truly disappear. They just hide behind a different perspective, waiting for someone brave enough to notice. When others see only winter, dare to find your summer. The Farmer and the Drought. That year, the land seemed to burn beneath an angry sky. The once fertile plain cracked open like the skin of a dying earth. The river where children used to play had turned into a bed of dry mud, scattered with dead fish. Cows stood thin and hollow-eyed. Trees were nothing but skeletons of ash. Everywhere people sighed and whispered, "This is the worst drought in decades." One by one, families packed their things and left. Some went to the city to find work. Others sold their land to pay their debts. And soon, the once vibrant fields turned silent. Only wind and dust remained. But in that emptiness, one man stayed behind. His name was Hoa, a middle-aged farmer with sunburned skin and calloused hands. Every morning, while the sun blazed mercilessly, he still carried his hoe to the barren field. Neighbors shook their heads. "Ha, there's no water left. Why dig the earth now? Nothing can grow in this heat." Hoa smiled gently. "I'm not planting yet. I'm digging to prepare for the rain." So while others abandoned the land, Hoa began to dig. The sound of his shovel echoed through the deserted fields, dry, hollow, yet steady as a heartbeat. The ground was hard as iron. Each strike tore his palms until they bled. Sweat streamed down his face like rain that never came. But Hoa wasn't searching for groundwater. He was digging wells to store the rain he believed would one day return. He wanted to save what others had forgotten, faith. Passers-by laughed. "You've gone mad. It will never rain again." Hoa simply replied, "No one knows when the rain will come. But if we don't prepare, even if it does, we won't be ready to catch it." That night, he sat beside an empty pit under a black sky. Not a single star glimmered above him. He whispered, "If heaven wants to test my heart, then let it be so. I still believe the rain will return." And so he kept digging, night after night. While the wind swept over the dead fields and the insects had gone silent, Hoa dug on, alone but unwavering. One morning, as he worked deep in the pit, a strange breeze passed over the land. He looked up. The sky had turned gray. Clouds gathered on the horizon. His heart began to race. A single drop touched his cheek, then another, and then the sky broke open. Rain! Hoa laughed out loud, raising his arms to the heavens, letting the water soak his sun-burned skin. The wells he had dug filled quickly with clear water, overflowing into the once cracked soil. The earth softened again, drinking eagerly from the sky. He sat by the well, rain mixing with tears. He didn't know if they came from exhaustion, joy, or relief. News of the rain spread quickly. Those who had left the village rushed back, carrying seeds and tools, hoping to plant again. But their land had cracked too deep. The soil was dead, hardened like stone. Water ran off the surface and disappeared. Hoa's land, however, was different. Thanks to the wells he had dug, it was moist and alive. He began to sow his seeds. Within weeks, his field shimmered with green, while the others remained gray and lifeless. When harvest season arrived, the golden rice swayed gently in the wind. The scent of new straw filled the air. Villagers came to see and whispered in awe, "Hoa is truly blessed." Heaven must favor him. He smiled kindly and said, "It's not heaven's favor. I just dug a little deeper." The words were simple, but they struck silence into everyone's hearts. Because they understood, during the drought, Hua had not only dug the earth, he had also dug deep into his own soul to find faith and endurance. One evening, as the sun sank low, a little boy asked him, "Uncle Hua, why didn't you leave like everyone else?" He patted the boy's head and smiled, "Because if everyone leaves, who will the land depend on?" He looked up at the sky, where clouds floated softly once more. The water in his well reflected the sunlight, sparkling like liquid hope. A warm breeze carried the scent of ripe rice across the fields, a fragrance of perseverance and quiet victory. Life, he thought, is much like farming. There will always be droughts, times when hope dries up, when everything seems to wither. But those who dig a little deeper, who stand firm when others walk away, are the ones who will see the rain first. Every drought ends eventually. All we must do is not abandon our soil, not abandon our faith, not abandon ourselves. As the last light of day fell across the golden field, Hoa stood quietly, cupping a handful of water from his well. He looked at his reflection shimmering in it, a man who had survived not just the drought of the land, but the drought of the soul. And in that gentle silence, a single truth remained. When others walk away, the one who dares to stay will find opportunity waiting.